Hey, what's good? What's going on, everybody? You already know who this is, and it's definitely your favorite soulful child. Yeah, sure. Come back to us again, yo. And look, hey, not only we be bang with y'all with artists of the week, but we always tap into the community around the world, and we get those authors, those publishers, those entrepreneurs, and public figures around the world that's out here doing what you're doing, stepping out there, taking that leap of faith. And y'all won't guess who I just ran into, man. Look, I got my girl, Arilia Winn in the building, and y'all, she gonna get me for saying this name, but yo, it's live, and look, it's not in disguise. We coming out with positive energy, and she's an author, man. She helped other authors become authors as well, write books, publish books, and she's a creative person, man. That's the best thing about it, when you have to keep your creativity and you shine no matter what you do, be yourself. So we're gonna bring her to the table, you know what I'm saying? Let us hear her voice, and she gonna definitely dive into what she do, and you guys get to tap in more with Miss Winn. So how are you doing, Arilia?
Hey, okay, there you go. Now you said it right. Arilia. I know it's I just have that kind of name, even as a kid, where people say it wrong, and it's just like, dang, okay. So it's no ill feelings or anything like that. It's just Arilia Winn. Yeah, but I'm doing good. It's a beautiful day out here in California. It's gonna be like in the 80s, which is not too bad. We still get a little breeze, so yeah, it's nice.
It's not too bad. Hey,
Yeah.
always. And you've been doing big things out here. No, we definitely chopped it right before we got on, but we're gonna dive into it and talk about your books, who you are. So let the listeners know, if they already don't know who Arilia Winn is, let them know who the winner is. Because you number one is in your name. So look, let everybody know who you are, where you're from.
Yes, what's up? My name is Arilia Winn. I am the CEO and owner of Winn Publications. My slogan there is "We can, we will, we win together." And so, like Shar said, yeah, I publish books. I published my own. Last year was major for me. I published 14 books by 11 different authors. Yeah. One of those, or two of those, were books that I had written myself. My latest book is called "In the Beginning." It's just a short story kind of about my life. It's based on my life and my experience with domestic violence and sexual assault. So it's real raw, cutthroat. I don't recommend reading it if you struggle with like really graphic imagery.
Right.
Don't even bother. Trigger warning, major trigger warning, just, but I mean, I was talking to a friend the other day, actually, and she was like, well, this could be used in the school system so that people know what to look for, all different type of things. And so, I'm just excited.
The fact that you use something so traumatic and you brought it into the world, into a creative form, publishing it, letting people out there that don't even know you, be able to hear your voice, and you connect with them, being relatable to them. That's big. That's big, because like you said, it is triggering. It is sentimental, and some people don't like talking about it. They don't like running into those those scenarios and situations that remind them of themselves. So I'm pretty sure that was pretty big for you to actually step out there and write that. What actually made you, say, look, I'm gonna actually put this out in the most creative way that I know how, and let my voice be heard so others can be heard?
Yeah, I think, a long time ago, it's so weird, in high school, I said one of my goals, my 10-year goals, I was in this program called AVID. And AVID, they help kids get to college and stuff like that. And so they had us write down goals. I said, one of my goals is, I want to give back to just the community. I was raised to be that way. So I was like, okay, I just want to give back to the community. I wasn't sure how yet until after I got out of the abusive relationship. And I was like, okay, like, this is what I want to talk about. But I also heard, like, through sharing my story, it would also be healing for me. So it was like, okay, like a double-edged sword. Like, while I'm sharing my story, I'm getting worked on, but also somebody else's heart is being touched, and they might be moved to share their story, and we might be able to heal together. And so I thought, okay, bet. So when it came time to like actually sit down and share my story, like I said, it's only a short story. So you're only getting a glimpse into the character. Her name is Paula. And so, like I said, it's real raw, cutthroat. So I'm just like, I want to see if my audience can handle this, because I got more. There's more to the story, and it's just, I'm just like, okay, let me let people get to know me, stuff like that, build my community. And then, okay, you guys, I think then I'll be ready to drop the rest of it. But yeah, just, I guess, like I said, maybe it was a little selfish. I just wanted that healing, but I also wanted to help others. And that was just the way that I knew how to do it, was to write and put it in a book and then talk about the book and talk about my story.
Right. You also went to school and graduated with the BA, right? Into writing. And so how did that feel, taking that journey to actually be able to now use it in an entrepreneurship way, to be able to build a business, organization that helps other future authors and people that want to get their voice out there be heard? Like, how does that feel?
Yeah, it feels good. Honestly, like a lot of people will say, oh, don't go to college, start a business, whoop, 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 or you can't find a job in your degree. Listen, go and get the experience. Like a lot of the skills that I learned, though I did go to school and I used a lot of the skills that I learned there, a lot of them came from just extracurricular stuff, getting active in the community, being a part of nerdy things like the school newspaper. So all of that I use in college, I'm using now in my business. So it really is what you make of it. Like,
right.
If you're gonna go to college, don't waste your time. Yeah, there'll be time to party. Trust me, it took me 7 years to get through school. So I had my share of fun. Okay, I had my share of fun, but I also learned a whole lot. And like, I'm just grateful. I'm like, okay, God, it took me 7 years. And then I got pregnant my last year in school. Because I could have gone 2 more years. Like, I really could have gone 2 more years. But I was like, dang, how did I get pregnant my last semester?
Last semester.
Okay, so then I just had to graduate. I was like, I don't want to be having to take care of a baby and do schoolwork. So just my mentors fixed it to where I graduated with just a general degree, but I had all of that knowledge for writing and journalism and laying out books, and all of that stuff came later when I worked for an editor. I mean, I worked for a publisher as an editor. And so it just was like, okay, I was still like using these skills.
Hey, that's what's up. And that's pretty big. You went to school in your last semester, you got pregnant. Like, oh,
yeah.
Right? But you pushed through. Like, that's crazy. You pushed through. Yeah. Did you think like, well, when this happened, was there first instinct like, I gotta push through, or I may not finish my last semester?
No, I didn't even ever think that I wouldn't finish my last semester. It was just like, okay, now I really got to finish. Like I said, I looked at my options and that seemed like the only option for me. Like, okay, if you don't finish, then what are you gonna do?
True. Right.
My child's father was already like trying to duck out. So I was like, okay, so this is already gonna be on me. And I just came to that acceptance as fast as possible and stayed up with my work. But I also want to give a shout out to my community there, because man, my friends, let me tell you, I'd be in class. Oh, Arilia, you want this 6-piece? Hell yeah, I want that 6-piece. I'm pregnant. Like, yes, we want that 6-piece. Yes, we do. Yeah. Yes, we do. And so people would just love on me that way, just by giving me food or checking in with me and stuff like that. And so that was helpful to like push me to the finish line. And so I was just glad that I had done it.
That's a good shout out to your peoples, because being there for you and making sure that you had a strong support system that definitely kept you going. So how old were you when you realized that, look, this is something I want to do for the rest of my life? Writing, taking that creative side of you and exploring it.
I want to say I always wanted to be an author, but I want to say it was in 2018. How old was I? Might have been 28.
28?
Yeah, 28. Yeah, and one of my cousins had asked me to publish a book for her. And I was like, oh, like, what? How did you even get that idea? Like, I didn't know that I could do it until she asked me to do it. So I was like, okay, well, I know how to lay out a magazine, like, or in a newspaper in school. I was just an editor for a publisher for a little while. So I was like, okay, let's put these skills together and see what happens. And I published her book later that year. And that same year, I published 3 of my own. So I was like, this is sweet. What? Right. I could definitely do this for the rest of my life. And I think it was last year, is when I really took off with it. Like, yeah, no, this is it for me. This is all I want to do. I had ended up having to quit my job just because of COVID. And so that really kind of just brought it to the forefront. Like, girl, you were miserable there. You weren't able to create. You weren't able to kind of like shine how you want to shine. I was always dimming my light. And so it was like, no, in this field, I get to be who I am and be accepted and not judged. And like, whoa, this feels good. Like, okay, this is it. This is it. And I always joke with people. I said, my family is going to find me 106 years old trying to publish one more book. I gotta publish that one more book before I take my last breath. Like, I'm sure that's how it will go. At least I hope that's how I go out, is publishing one more book. One more. Yeah.
You gotta get it out there, man. That's what's up. That passion, I like it, the thrive that you have. And you know, like you said, I'm being unapologetically myself. If you don't like it, that's fine. But there's people out there that definitely will tap in with you and connect you in different ways, right? And hey, you also spoke on how you and we had a guest on the show, Alana Moore, all right, Miss Superwoman herself out here pushing kids. Y'all also was like childhood friends. So, you know, it's kind of crazy how it's a small world, right? It's so crazy. You said that you had a perspective where she thought you was a bully. Like when you heard that, like, did you see it like, oh, okay, I could have been, or you was like, nah, I was a bully. Like, did you know?
At first, I tried to deny. I said, I was never a bully till you stop. I don't remember any of that. But I could. It sounds right. It sounds right because I was a bully at that time. But I said, you know, what I was experiencing was low self-esteem, and so a lot of times people who have low self-esteem, they'll project that on other people and just be ugly for no reason. And so I'm just like, oh, I'm so grateful we're friends, and like we were able to get past that. Because dang, I was mean. I was a mean child.
Oh, that's fun. That's funny. But look, man, like I say, it's a small world. You guys are friends to this day, and it's powerful. And it's beautiful seeing others connect with each other and just push each other to the next level. We need those type of friends in the world, you know. So what would you say to the ones right now that are tapping in to you, Miss Winn, and they're diving into more about themselves and they want to find a creative way to put, whether it's any type of writing or poetry or get their first book published, how can they tap into you and be able to step out and do what you're doing?
Yeah, definitely shoot me an email, send me a DM, and we could talk about it. I always tell people, if you just simply have an idea, what I want you to do first is write it down. I can't help you if I can't see your vision. Write your vision down for me. Let me know. Hey, Miss Winn, look, I got a few poems. How many do I need to put together in a book? I recommend at least 35, but I can make it work with whatever you have. And so don't let like limits stop you. Hit me up. Let's have a conversation and I'll at least put you in the right direction, whether you decide that day that you want to work with me or not. Like I said, I'm going to be here at least for the next 100 years. And so I'll be ready as soon as you're ready, but don't wait. Like, don't wait forever. Like, let's stay in touch and make sure that you actually bring this, you know, vision to life. And so, and I'm the best at it. And so I'm just want to put that out there and make it known. I'm the best at it.
It's in your name.
Definitely, if you're ready today, let's talk. If you're not ready today, keep working on it. Holler at me when you're ready and I'll be ready for you.
Hey, I know y'all heard that. If y'all did not, like, she's here to help. Hey, it's in her last name, W-I-N. So if you didn't get it by then, write it down on a piece of paper because she did not come in the building to play, right? Look, hey, shout out to social media where people can find you to dive into your business, your organization. And like you said, let's sit down, let's talk, let's shoot me the DM. Yeah. How can they find you?
Yeah, you could find me either at Winn Publications, WINN Publications with an S.LLC, or you can hit me up on my personal page at Miss Winn _. So it's MISSWINN _. Hit me up on either one. On my professional page, I try to keep it on my professional P's and Q's, but on my own personal page, I don't know. So just don't judge a girl. It is what it is. I do talk about books, but I'm also a single mom. And so I definitely talk about stepdaddy season on there. And so check it out and figure out what Step Daddy season is. It's been exciting. So we'll see.
Yo, that's beautiful. Let's dive into that one when you said that you're a single mother. So being this publisher out here, pushing people, getting contacted with people, make sure their passion is being pushed the right way and the right vision that they have. How has it been a mother too? Because you pushed through college, man. So you was already gas on the pedal. So how is it being a mother?
I love it. I love it. And my daughter, she's so artsy, but the way she expresses herself is through painting. And she's so good at it. She just turned 7 in June. And so she was like, Mom, can I take lessons? I said, hell yeah. What? Yes, I will pay for you to take lessons, little girl, because she's so good at it. And so I was just like, okay. I said, and this is something, people say, well, because she's really tall and thin. Like, oh, you don't want to do basketball, you don't want to do volleyball. I said, no, she wants to do painting. Like, that's cool. Like, let's nurture this and see what can happen from it. People, oh, you can't really make a whole lot of money. I said, hell, you can't really make a whole lot of money from publishing books neither. But here we are, and this is what we're gonna do. Like,
we do.
Yeah, I don't want to hear all of what people say. And again, and if someone's listening to this and they're thinking, man, I've been letting a lot of naysayers and doubters get in my way. Today is the last day for that, because it really keeps you stuck. When you feel like, oh, I don't have nobody supporting me, blah, blah, blah. Find people that will support you. Do what you want to do. Keep doing it and see what happens. But yeah, no, having my daughter is super cool. She's we're pretty close. She's my best friend. It feels a little weird to say that because I'm like, she's like a little miniature me. So sometimes I'm like, oh, you're kind of mean. Like, okay, let's work on this right now. Because, yeah, but it's
you
good.
Just come back at you, like.
Right? And I pray to God for mercy because I gave my mom a headache growing up. So I'm just like, Lord, please have mercy on me because I'm not the one.
Yeah. Hey, keep pushing that creativity that she has, art, like you said. She could be the next Picasso, what they're talking about. People don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
Right now, the way the social media, she could be like famous about her art right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? If people see her growth and see where she started, just use the social media platform itself. Yeah, people gonna be want to dive in and see what she know, so don't care about the haters. The haters they doing their job. They hating that. That's okay. You supposed to hate, If they're not hating, then you're not doing your job. They're supposed to hate,
Okay,
so it's cool. It's cool. I like that. So is there any books right now that you're working on far as yourself? Since you say you also have a few books that you published as well. Is there any future books right now that you're looking into publishing in the near future?
Yeah, so I want to finish the rest of my own personal story. Well, it's based on my story, and the reason why I didn't just make it like an autobiography or memoir and just tell y'all the straight up truth, because I like the creativity aspect of publishing a book. So I like to add a little salt, a little pepper on top of the facts, and so it is what it is. This is what I like to do, and so I think that needs to come sooner than later. I'm shooting for December, January to have an anthology out. So it's just short stories that all are connected in one way or another, and really just, inspire people, and especially inspire people who have been through trauma. Like, don't let your trauma hold you back. I don't let none of the things that I've been through hold me back. You got to leave those bags right where they were at, right where they happened at, and do your best to move forward. And so, yeah.
Always gotta see the positivity. It's like you said, it's easy to get lost in those negativity. You get you stuck. It don't make you feel good. It's like a bad food, Nobody likes to eat bad food, But that's what you do. You put those negativity in your body. You give your soul bad food. So that's what's up. That's what's up. Y'all definitely be looking out in the near future for that book. April is going through some crazy things, but look, like you said, it's more to come. So if you can't take those type of trauma, and these are triggers for you, please do not read the book. But definitely, if there's something that you're healing yourself over as well, and you want to, dive into the relatable things, dive into this book. Follow Ms. Winn on all platforms. It's definitely live. What would you say was in your life that you displayed in the book was a very touching subject, I guess you can say, to talk about. I know you talked about all type of abuse and things that you went through, but what was the hardest thing about you actually writing this down and putting it out to the public?
Honestly, and I'll be transparent with you, one of the things that I'm still working through is just my faith and my spirituality. Because a lot of the abuse came from men in the church. And so it's like, it's hard for me to really get down with the church like I want to. And I know that, okay, there's some forgiveness that needs to happen. And some other things. I think some of it is very much mental. And so I've been seeing a therapist at least for the last 4 years when I need to. So almost like quarterly, every now and then. And so those things have been helpful. But yeah, just that, my test of faith and just my belief in God has definitely been tested. And so my relationship with the church is a little strained. You won't, as of lately, I have, but that could also be COVID, but not really because my church has been open, but it's just something that has been tough for me to deal with because, I guess my main thing is, all of us here in the church, we're saved. All of us here in this building, I can look to the left, I can look to the right and say, hey, I know I will see you guys in heaven. I said, but my issue is I don't know about my neighbor. I don't know about my neighbor that I live next door to. I don't know about the guy across the street. But all of us in here are good. But at the same time, when I got pregnant with my daughter, I was very active in the church. And there was a lot of negativity that came from that. And I get it. Okay, cool. But negativity to the point where I was like, dang, should I have an abortion? But if I have an abortion, then y'all gonna look at me crazy. So I just felt like, man, we gotta really hold ourselves accountable and make sure that we are I guess practicing what we're preaching, right? So if you don't want a young girl to go and have an abortion, help her out. Be what she needs. The baby is a blessing. Be what she needs. If you see a victim going through domestic violence, don't tell her, oh, maybe have a baby. Maybe you guys should get married. All of these side comments and then try and use the Bible to, justify why you think somebody should do something. Stop it. I think if we just as people, whether religious or not, worked on having real relationships with people, that could change somebody's life just by saying, hey, talking to them, staying in touch with them. That really could change someone's life. And so I'm just like, you're not gonna find me in church right now. Yeah.
Hey, it's not wrong with that. I always feel like it's about your relationship and how you feel about your most high, so what people think and how people feel about, who cares, keep doing you. But as long as you still have your faith, you still believe in yourself, then you definitely, to me, in a good space, in a good protected environment. And it's all about protecting your environment, even as a kid. Now you have a child too. So it's about protecting her peace and her environment. So now you're doing what's best for you guys, and to be able to heal from that trauma too, is big for you. So shout out to you. You're out here not only being, hey, you've been powerful. We got to uplift each other while we can give each other our flowers. And you've been powerful, pushing through, being a mother, and then not only being a mother, thinking about yourself, but you're thinking about others and how they want to be able to push through their pain and motivate others. So that's real big. How long have you had your LLC with your organization? How long have you been on this journey building it?
So my business just formed into an LLC in February of last year. But before that, I was just running as a sole proprietor, decided, let's make it an LLC. People say, why did you do that? It just sounds better. I don't know. Why not?
Yeah,
and just the different things. People say, what about the tax, blah, blah. I know, you got to learn all of that too. But I'm just like, more opportunities have come my way with those 3 letters behind Winn Publications. Way more opportunities have come. And so I'm like, why not? Why? Because I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's just something that I learned as of late. Girl, like you already said, just do what you want to do. Skip all the noise, because at the end of the day, it really is just noise. Totally live in your truth, be who you are. And it's amazing. Like I said, so many doors have been opening for me. So I just been in a posture of gratitude for sure. I mean, almost the last 2 years for sure.
Who's your favorite author? You know, you're a big writer, so you gotta be able to get some motivation or somebody inspired you. So who's your favorite author?
My favorite author, the only person whose books I can read all the way through from cover to cover would be Sister Soldier. And though she's my favorite author, I have not read her latest book. I'm terrible, but she is my favorite author. And it's so funny because someone said, "Oh, you kind of write like her." They're like, I could see. I said, "Well, you know, you are like the company you keep, and so if I'm keeping company with her books, it makes sense that my writing would be similar to hers." And so, yeah,
that's what's up. I like that. And are you looking to do any other publishers for others in the near future? Like you hit 11, so what's the next big goal?
Honestly, I want to double that up by January of next year. I want to be at least at 22. I don't know. Anything's possible, but I'm working on maybe 4 poetry books in queue. I'm working on a children's book and a memoir. And so those are all in queue. Just kind of, we got little different things going on for each of those books. Some are waiting to be designed. We're looking for book covers, things like that. And so, yeah.
I like that. I'm gonna have to tap in with you. I like that. Yeah. How old is your youngest publisher?
Let's see. How old is my youngest publisher? Well, I am co-writing a book with my daughter, so I would say she's my youngest at 7.
It's 7.
And so we're working on a children's book together, and so yeah, it's pretty dope. She's really kind, actually. She can be really mean, but she can also be really kind. So I said, well, let's teach people about kindness in hopes that maybe she'll be speaking to herself as well, but also that she influences her generation to be kind to one another. Yeah. And so
she's sweet.
Yes.
Yeah. She said, I gotta encourage her to be nice to herself. Hey, that's the generation these days. It's okay. It is okay. She's gonna save the world one day through art, and my brother's a big artist. He loves doing art. Like just to see him be able to publish comic books and link up with other artists and make money for it. And even with him, it's like he rather do art than work a 9 to 5, and he rather be able to help people. And he's not much of a teacher, but the first thing, if you ask him like, how did you start writing? He's like, I got a book and I started sketching myself, so he definitely practiced to where now he can just look at it, don't even need the picture no more and draw. I'm like,
oh wow,
I gotta sit there and look at that picture. I need that picture right here. I can draw, but I'm not as good as him. But it's only because he put the time in. I have put time in other places, and he put time into his art. So just to be able to see him to live off it and be able to do great things and still serve this country is like real cool. So shout out to him and shout out to you and your daughter, man. This is exciting. Seeing you be able to push creativity throughout this generation. I feel like this generation needs the creativity to be pushed because they can be the ones to change the world crazy, real crazy. So what would you say to others right now that's listening, they tapped in, they want to do what you're doing, but maybe they don't have that confidence and they're maybe timid about actually take that leap of faith? What would you say to them right now?
I would say just do it, skip that. do it scared, do it afraid, take that step, take that leap. You never know if that's what's holding you back, just not really sure. A lot of times, lack of confidence in those things are rooted in uncertainty about results.
Right.
Well, if you need some results, let me tell you, I just had an author who put her book on Amazon, already a bestseller in nursery rhymes. It was a children's book. Wow. So if you're thinking about children's books, definitely let's connect. Children's books sell like crazy.
Yeah.
And so definitely let's connect. But any other genre, let's just do it. Let's just do it. I know crazy. For sure working with me, I try and do my best. And so I just want to encourage you, tap in with me and see for yourself, ask questions, do your research. I have been in that same place where it's just like, okay, I'm a little hesitant. Like, okay. Right. And what I did to get through that was just tons of research, I'm asking questions. I'm looking for, are you going to keep my stuff confidential, or are you going to sell my stuff? Like, I need to see a confidentiality statement. Definitely work with the contract. Look at ways to protect yourself, because as a business person, I not only want to protect me, but I want to protect you, just in case. We might like each other, we might be able to vibe, but at the end of the day, business is business, and life happens.
Yeah,
and I want my coins, and I want you to get your coins as well. And so it's just, I encourage people, do your research, check out some of these other publishers. I don't know, and then come back and talk to me.
Yeah,
I don't want to speak ill of other people. I just don't know about them. Just come back here and talk to me. Yeah. So do your research, get over and come chit chat.
Hey, dive into her, y'all, man. No, she gave y'all the social. She let y'all know here up on DM. So look, if you looking to just step out there, stop being scared. The world is full of scared people. So hey, it's okay. They got enough of scared people. Be the person to jump out there and do something different. You might just get the result that you're looking for. Maybe better. And you jump on Miss Winn team. Hey, she said, look, ain't no L's over here. We gonna get it. We're gonna put that time in. And y'all definitely show her love, man. Go tap into her social media. And let everybody know that, again, that first book that you have made, so everybody could be watching out for your sequel. So what is the book again that you was just talking about with April?
Yeah, so it's called In the Beginning. It's a short story. Okay. And so, it's just hit me up. I'll send it to you, or it's also on Amazon.
Okay, you guys say, look, you got it. If you want to dive into it, and it's on Amazon, or you can just go ahead again, tap into it, girl, because she's out here being a powerful single mother, pushing for it and pushing creativity. That's the most important thing. So all you want to be authors out there, or beginning authors out there that's looking to start right now, look, stop right now, go dive into it. She gave you social media. And if you don't do it, that means you ain't ready. That's how I see it. You ain't ready. But look, hit it up when you're ready. Stop being scared. So look, anything you want to give right now to help everyone push a little forward. If you can say one word right now, or one thing right now to help everyone push forward into their desires, what would you say right now?
I would say, think about what you could lose if you don't act. Like, think about what you can lose if you have this idea to publish a book and you actually don't do it. What are you going to lose? You're going to lose the opportunity to change somebody else's life. You're going to lose out on so much money.
Right.
Okay. You're going to lose out on just the opportunity to maybe become a speaker, maybe become an activist in your community. Maybe you'll be the first person to, break that generational wealth, to be, maybe you'll be that first person to become financially stable. But if you do not step out on faith and do something, you're going to lose all of that. And, is it worth it to lose all those things? For me, it's not. I can't have my child looking at me like, what? You mean you could have done X, Y, Z and you chose not to? Right. Man, that hurts. So don't let that ever be you, especially if you have kids. Shine for them more than anything. I want to shine so bright for my daughter, so I can say, look, this is the way we're gonna go, and we can go together. Again, that's my slogan. We can, we will, we win together. It just encompasses everything that I am in my personal life and my business. I just want to win together. And so even if it's something small, let's say you're not even ready to publish a book, but you want someone to hold you accountable, baby, I'm going to hold you accountable because we got work, okay? And so I'm definitely the one. And so, yeah.
Definitely. I like that. Y'all tap into or push forward. Like I said, you just need somebody to make you accountable for the things that you want to do. Look, tap into it. You always got the P.E.G podcast. You got Miss Winn right here. You got a 7-year-old daughter, and she can do it. Yo, you can do it too. You gotta push for the kids, man. You gotta push for the kids. And before we go, we usually do this in the beginning, but I want to make sure when everybody leave here, you have more connecting energy to each other. And we always give it up to the Most High. You used to do in the beginning, we'll do this at the end for a little twist, because you came in with the fire. So I kind of gave it to everybody early, but it's cool. Look, we got no water to put you out, but we're going to leave you with a blessing. We're going to leave you with a blessing. So if you could just lead us in the word of prayer, and if it's not, I can do it as well. But I always give it to the guests. So would you like to lead us in the word of prayer?
Sure, yeah, I'll pray.
Let's
Okay.
get it.
Dear God, thank you so much for this time that we spent together. Oh my gosh, I pray our hearts were open and just receive this message. I don't recall what was said, but I know they do, and I just hope that they listen to this on repeat and just get these gems. Thank you so much for Shar. Continue to bless her and her home and her family. Bless all the families that are listening to this today. Touch them, God. Let them know that you are real. Bless their pockets, protect them, keep them healthy. Bless their homes, bless their families. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for getting onto the podcast, uplifting everybody. And look, again, you got the social media. If you have not followed right now, pause what you're doing. Go follow Miss Winn on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Follow the P.E.G podcast. And look, shout out to iHeartradio for this amazing platform to be able to share more like-minded people with you. And look, go dive in. That's my last time saying it. It's time to win. All right. No more L's. If you're taking enough L's in these last 2 years, because the pandemic has definitely been something, and you've lost someone to COVID, and you've just been down, you know, because a lot of us has lost loved ones to COVID. So all my prayers go out to you guys. And we just need each other to keep pushing forward. So look, if you used to want to be more accountable, again, you got the P.E.G podcast here. You have Miss Winn. And so nobody tell y'all today, tomorrow, yesterday that they love you. Know that Char loves you. Miss Winn love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it now. Nah, we don't care if you don't know us. We still love y'all. And yo, look, we'll see y'all again here on the P.E.G podcast, y'all. Hey, stay blessed.